If you could provide a way to reduce the chances of your family dying in a fire by up to 80%, would you? According to the National Fire Protection Association, residential fire sprinkler systems do just that, with the added benefit of reducing property loss due to fire by up to 71%.
Fire sprinkler systems are actually a very simple system. It's very similar to the plumbing that you have in your existing home. It runs off of your domestic water, which is the same water that you would drink, and they tie into that system with a backflow preventer to keep any of the impurities in the water from going back into your drinking water. And they've got several different types of sprinkler heads that you can use. This is a sidewall head. They've also got them that come out of the ceiling, and they also make them that are called concealer heads that will be flush with the ceiling so that you don't actually see the sprinkler head.
Residential fire sprinkler systems are a great life safety tool. There are over 3,000 deaths annually as a result of home fires, so anything we can do to cut down on that is going to be remarkable. And also importantly, it cuts down on the burn injuries to not only the occupants of the home, but firefighters that have responded to the home to try to battle the blaze. On the flip side of that, sprinkler systems also limit the amount of damage that can occur from the fire. The Home Fire Sprinkler Coalition tells us that typically homes with fire sprinkler systems, damage from a fire may end up being $2,100, $2,200 on the average, whereas in homes without a residential fire sprinkler system, you can have damage that amounts to as much as $45,000 just from a small fire in that home.
There are a lot of misconceptions about home fire sprinkler systems that keep people from considering them for their homes. Most people believe that when one sprinkler head goes off, they all go off. 85% of the time, the fire is extinguished by the activation of only one fire sprinkler head. Another misconception is that home fire sprinklers are too expensive to install. According to the National Fire Protection Association, the cost to install the system in a new home averages $1.60 per square foot.
It's about the cost of eating out once a month, and you can think that the benefit is going to be much greater to the life safety of your family.
Really, when we thought about building a home, that was the number one thing on the list, was start checking out fire sprinklers. We have a son, and so knowing that sprinklers give us maybe a bit more time to escape if a fire occurs and have time to help him safely get out of the house was the only thing really that was important to us. It's comforting to know that if a fire occurs, some of our possessions like photographs and mementos might be saved. But ultimately, it was just the peace of mind knowing that we can get out of the house and get our son out of the house too.
Most insurance companies in the property and casualty industry will offer some sort of discount for a residential fire sprinkler system. You may get a discount if you have a total system. That's a system that has coverage for bathrooms, garages, closets, things along that line. There's also another discount that is given for those homes that only have protection in the actual living areas like bedrooms, kitchens, living rooms, and along that line. So you would need to check with your individual insurance carrier to determine what the guidelines are for the discounts they give.
You just don't even notice them. You know, it's funny, we thought they'd be a little more obtrusive than they are. The sprinkler company said that some people think that they're unsightly and they don't want to do them because they'll ruin the decor, which struck me as funny because, like I said, when I look at them, to me it means security.
When you hear about opposition to home fire sprinkler systems, we try to draw people back to the fact that fire sprinkler systems and smoke alarms act together in partnership much the same way as seat belts and airbags operate when you're looking at automotive safety.
Home fire sprinkler systems are not currently required in the state of Missouri. There are many states that require home sprinklers that have had extremely positive results. Much like when seatbelt laws were adopted, information is being debated at the state level to try and determine if home fire residential systems are in the best interest of Missouri residents.
You can either lower the frequency of a claim or you can minimize the severity of a claim. And residential fire sprinkler systems are a great tool in that effort. For most insurance companies, fire is the leading peril that causes damage on their homeowner book of business. So they do minimize property damage, but again, more importantly, we keep wanting to get back to that one main point, that they are a great life safety, life-saving apparatus that we strongly encourage.